What's up, everybody? It's your girl Sassy from VH1's Black Ink Crew, and you're checking out The Scoop Reloaded.
Yeah, check it out, man. It's your boy Akon, and right now you're checking out The Scoop Reloaded. Don't change that dial.
Hey everyone, I'm on Hip-Hop Socialite. You are checking out the latest episode of The Scoop Reloaded, and this is the first episode of The Scoop Reloaded of 2016, so clap it up. Yes! Of course, I'm joined by my fellow host, Miss Tara Wallace. Jacen could not be here tonight, but you know, of course, he will be missed. Alright, so before we even get to our first segment, I haven't seen you in a while, so what's been up? Let's catch up real quick. You know what I mean? How have you been?
I know. In the last, what has it been, like a month or so? In that month, I got pregnant.
I'm gonna act like that just sitting there.
I got pregnant in that month. And I'm due any day now.
That was fast.
It was really fast. Yes. Don't spend a month away from me ever again. I needed you there to hold the light.
You see what happens when I let you alone for a month?
Don't do that again.
Alright, so let's get into our first segment. This is What's the Scoop, where we recap the top 5 news stories of the last few weeks. Kicking things off with number 5. Amber Rose and Kim Kardashian are cool now. I never thought I would see the day. Hell must have frozen over. These two are buddy-buddy now.
I don't see why they shouldn't be. You know, men, they kind of like, you know, these women kind of go from man to man, and the men are always cool. So why can't the women be cool? I mean, if it didn't work out and someone has moved on, then they're over it. It wasn't meant to be. Yeah.
All right, number 4, moving on. So while Kim and Amber were busy hashing things out,
right,
Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna were getting busy. All right, so this whole situation is so messy that although I could have lumped it in one story, I decided to separate the two because there's so much going on. All right, the crazy thing about...
First of all, I don't feel right talking about the Kardashians without Jacen being here. However, like, where did he come out of the woodworks and start dating? I thought he was like in hiding.
It was... Again, caught everybody off guard completely when these two hooked up, you know? All right, that brings us to number 3. The Broncos win the Super Bowl. Yes, versus Carolina Panthers.
Listen, I know that you're probably going for North Carolina.
Of course.
That's,
keep pounding.
You know, but I wasn't. I was actually going for the Broncos, only because I think I was in Denver last. Like, I'm just one of those girls. Like, if I have a boyfriend, whoever my boyfriend, whoever he goes for,
right, that's who you.
But believe it or not, I have no idea. I just went for the Broncos just because I was in Denver last. That's how I.
That's how I
selected my Super Bowl team. So I was like very happy, you know. And then, you know, I was a little bit disappointed in North Carolina. You know, Mr. Cam Newton and his. You know, I think there are just certain times that we just have to get it together, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult, what the loss was, and you have to put the face on for the camera.
Right.
And if this is what has come before you, what has always been, the same should be expected from you. You are a star player. There's an expectation. You have to live up to it. You can't pout. You know, you can't, you know, throw a tantrum because you guys lost for this 5 minutes. Get it together, suck it up, answer the questions, and then move on. And then go home and cry and sulk and call your therapist.
All right, moving on to number 2. Which is Beyonce drops a Formation video and damn near breaks the internet. Okay.
Listen, I just told my best friend before I came here. I'm like, if you don't like Beyonce, like, you must be like an evil person inside. There has to be something deeply wrong with you. And she was like, what? But I mean, like, I just saw like little snippets as much as I could see. And I mean, how can you not love Beyonce?
I mean, she finally speaks out about several social issues that is affecting Black America, and I know like people have been really critical of her remaining silent on these issues, but she tackled them all in this video. The Black Lives Matter movement, the whole, you know, fact that the government reacted so slowly to the devastation of Hurricane Katrina. You know, she tackled so many issues during this video, you know. And one of my favorite parts of the video was when she addressed the Illuminati rumors. Right. You know, people are quick to say, Beyonce and Jay-Z are Illuminati. She addressed that, and she addressed the critics of Blue Ivy's hair. Which I'm like, leave that girl's hair alone. Her hair is natural.
She's like a kid. Like, leave the kids out of it. And, you always have to leave the kids out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could snatch his wig off and wear my hair natural, but girl, that's a whole other story. I won't be doing that anytime soon.
Thank God for this lovely Peruvian.
A Brazilian wave.
Thank God for this Peruvian.
And my wig makeup. All right, number one story of the last few weeks, and it's been going on for about a month now. It's been highly controversial issue, and it's been a major hot topic on all the media outlets and blogs. It's the Oscars boycott. Oh, wow. So when the Oscars are given out at the end of this month, there are going to be several A-listers of colors that are missing in the audience because of the fact that the people were nominated. There was not one person of color that was nominated for Best Actor or Best Acting this year, which was surprising to me because I thought for sure at least Idris Elba would get a nomination.
I know, I saw that. I saw it twice. He was the second time that I watched the movie, I was just putting it on for someone else to watch. And the next thing you know, I'm like, am I sitting through this whole movie again? It's an amazing movie. I don't
Yeah, he did an amazing job, and I cannot believe he did not get nominated. All right, so typically this is where we move on to Jacen's Celebrity Beauty File, but since Jacen could not make it tonight, yes, we're going to go ahead and jump right into Tara's 2 cents, which I got a lot to say about this, so go ahead, Tara.
My 2 cents. Oh my God. I feel really bad about saying this because, you know, it's reality TV and, you know, I'm a part of reality TV, and so things, you know, kind of get misconstrued and you don't get the whole story or why people are the way they are. But, I fell into watching Real Housewives of Potomac. Mm-hmm. And what's her name? Katie Ross? Something like that, yeah. I just, you know, I always try to identify with people. And as much as I can, and there are definitely women on that show that I can identify with, but you know, there's the brown skin, you know, there's I saw there like one episode where maybe she was sweating, so I saw the edges, they were definitely curled up, but it's almost like if she only identifies with this one part of herself that just so happens to not be the African American.
Go ahead, say it's her white side, honey. It's her father's white. Just go. I'll go ahead and say it for you, girl.
She doesn't really identify with that, and it's just. You know, everything is like, I want to marry a Jewish man, I want to marry a Jew boy, and I'm like, when is it ever okay to say that? You know what I mean? Like, any other time you would say that, it would be wrong to say. Why is that like, why can't you just be looking for a great man to marry? A great man to help you raise your children, a great man to love you. Why does that man only have to be Jewish? Right.
I agree with you. But I feel like she uses that to like further distance herself from her black side. I'm the exception to the rule. I'm not like the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just weird. She just doesn't identify with it in any way. She's like, I'm raising my children Jewish. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, and I'm just like, it just seems weird to me that you don't. It doesn't seem, and so far has not come across that you identify with
your black side,
African American people, and you are mixed, and maybe it's just the culture and where she grew up, and maybe in that area.
Typically, this is where we transition into our in-house celebrity interview. But since this episode coincides with Fashion Week, we're instead going to transition into our Fashion Week recap, featuring footage from fashion shows and celebrity interviews. So check that out, and we'll be right back. What's up, everyone? It's Martha, Hip-Hop Socialite. Right now, I'm at the Joy Toy Fashion Week presentation with Sassy. How are you?
Hey, I'm well. How are you? Happy
I'm good.
to you.
Give me you. You look amazing. Shout out to London, who always keeps these ladies together. Yes. So, what has been your favorite part of Fashion Week so far? I know you've been to several shows.
It's crazy. It's good. Just like, every year you try to figure out how are these artists, how are the designers going to keep getting inspired, what are they going to do next? And like I've been following so many of the designers that like the shows for so many years. I've been wearing a lot of their pieces since season 1, so I always try to come out and support, always see what else they're doing, and like they just surprise me more and more how innovative they get, you know. And like I do love the fact that everyone isn't trying to stick to one trend. Everyone is kind of staying true to who they are and staying true to their brand instead of trying to just follow this one specific look. We have 2 completely different looks in here happening right now, and it's beautiful, you know. I love it. It's great.
Right. Now, of course, everybody knows you mostly from Black Ink Crew, but I noticed recently when I went to the grand opening of their new location that you weren't there. Are you guys in a good place right now?
I mean, well, you have to look out for season 4 for that, absolutely. But Puma and I actually have our own shop over on 135th and 7th Avenue, and it's doing really, really well. We've been open since October, and hopefully you can come by there sometimes and come check us out.
Okay, so you guys have already wrapped for the new season?
Oh, yes, we wrap now, so we'll be airing in April. Yeah.
Now, I know you can't tell us a lot, but it has to be a lot of drama. Am I right or wrong?
It's more drama than any other season that we've ever had before. Prepare yourselves.
Are you serious?
Lock down.
I don't think anything could match last season, because last season was a hot mess. You telling me it's going to be worse than last season?
Just know the drama is real, baby, and it's there, and it's coming full force. And you got it from 2 different places now, because now you got it from Black Ink, and now you got it from Art to Ink. So we're just going to put all forces together.
Do you think it's ever going to be a time where you can maintain some sort of balance with your relationship with Puma and your relationship with Caesar?
I think if people could stop, if Caesar could ever really truly be my friend as long as I was friends with Puma, then maybe we could do that. But I don't think he could ever accept really being my friend as long as I'm with Puma, and I'm never going to leave Puma. So
what about Duchess? Is that relationship just totally done?
Duchess and I, we 2 different women.
Read between the lines.
2 different women.
All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me tonight, and enjoy the rest of Fashion Week. Hey everybody, it's me again, and right now I'm sitting here with Akon at the Zeno Live launch at Marquee here in Manhattan. So how are you?
So far, so good.
So tell us what Zeno Live is for anyone who isn't familiar.
Well, ultimately, Zeno Live is an audio broadcasting system that allows people to become their own broadcasting. And it just gives them the voice, you know, because normal times when you listen to talk radio, it's always a one-sided conversation. You know, they tell you what they think and you just listen. But sometimes you want to call in and actually make a point, or maybe even disagree, or maybe even agree, or whatever the case may be. But you have to go through the process of calling in. 1,000 other people are trying to call in. Sometimes you get through, sometimes you get through late, sometimes you never get through at all. Well, with our app, it's one touch of a button and you're right across and are part of the conversation.
Okay, so how did you become involved with Zeno Live?
Well, it was Zeno's pretty popular in the African community, and that's normally the platform that people pretty much use to be in touch back home in their own, areas where they come from. A lot of Middle Eastern areas, of course, in the Spanish areas, Indian areas where there's up and coming development. There's a lot of different dialects where people just communicate. So ultimately, the idea was to break it here in the U.S. But I was approached by Baku and a friend, and they all came together and was like, "Look, this is something that we want to kind of establish, and we want you to be a part of it." So ultimately, when they gave me the idea of it, it just was something I always wanted to be a part too, because anything or tools that help to empower people, I'm always for. So it came across something that I would be a part of.
Okay, well, most people know you as a recording artist, but you have so many other things going on outside of the recording realm. Is that something that you would suggest any artist to do, become involved in other things outside of recording?
Well, I just get involved in whatever my passions are, whatever my ultimate goal is and what will help me get to that goal. If it's a component that helps me get to the end game, then I'm a part of it, I never looked at myself as a musician. I just love music. Yeah. It's a passion, so I just did it, and God, put in a position where I got successful doing it. Because, as you know, I was a songwriter, producer first before I became an artist. But ultimately, as from an entrepreneurial aspect of it, I always look for things that generate opportunities for the long run for generations of my generation to come to be able to benefit from it. But now it's became a broader spectrum of how people in general can help and be benefited from it. So that way, my legacy is being built at the same time.
Okay, I know they told me not to ask about any questions besides Zeno Live, but your fans do want to know, are you planning on putting out any new music anytime soon?
Yeah, we've been dropping a single every 2 weeks since December.
Oh, Oh, really?
So right now, if you go on SoundCloud or you go on iTunes, you'll be able to pick up records literally right now, today, that's been dropping every 2 weeks. But I've been kind of keeping it quiet for the super fans to catch up, and then as people start the contract, they'll be able to discover the music as we go.
Okay, because I consider myself a pretty big fan of yours, and I was not aware that you were dropping new music.
I don't know. The big fans don't know about it.
So you saying I'm not as big of a fan as I say I am, right?
I'm just saying there might be a fan that might be just a little bit bigger.
All right, I want to ask you something about Africa, because I do media work out there. I actually have a deal with a media organization in Tanzania. So Tanzania is an amazing place. So how often do you go back there? What other projects do you have going on over there? Tell us a little bit about that.
I've been spending a lot of time in Africa. I've been for the last 5 years, actually. I've been doing a lot of work there. You know, I started my energy company that's providing solar energy to the rural areas in Africa. So that's been taking up a lot of time. And then, of course, along with that, I've been attached to a lot of infrastructural projects and, you know, development and construction projects as well, too. So, I mean, outside of music, that's been pretty much where my focus has been.
Have you seen that meme that's been floating around like social media where it talks about your solar energy project and it said, why haven't we heard more about that or whatever? I guess the point being that we hear about the negative things, we don't hear about the positive things about recording artists. Is that something that you feel is true?
Yeah, I think the negative press will always overcome positive stuff. I mean, ultimately it's up to the people that's putting out the information to want to put out more positive information for people to be aware of. But ultimately, you know, you really can't control it because to them it's really about billing and what can bring more ratings and what can make them more money. But sometimes I think it's, you know, good deeds are always, it's just a matter of time before God puts it up front anyway, you know, because when we did it, it wasn't for the sense of publicity. Otherwise, I would have just hired a publicity company to do it. Yeah. But ultimately, I was doing this from the heart, and I thought that it was something that not only when you do great things is going to come out anyway, but it was something not only will I profit from in the future, but the people that's great, like actually getting that service will benefit from it as well.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to me tonight, and enjoy the rest of, have you been going to any Fashion Week events?
No, unfortunately, I was in Africa, so
so you're actually just getting back?
Yeah, I'm literally just getting back yesterday afternoon, so... Yeah.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of the night, the rest of the event, and congratulations on everything. All right, we're back. Before we get into our last segment, I have a couple surprises for you in honor of the upcoming arrival of baby Gunner. Have our executive producer come out, Stephanie.
What, am I pregnant or something? Oh my God.
They got cupcakes with from Lola's in Harlem. Of course, like I told you at your,
Oh, Mickey Mouse.
I love Mickey Mouse, so of course I bought him more Mickey Mouse stuff.
Oh, I love it.
I'm obsessed with Mickey Mouse. These onesies.
Look at these. Where are these cupcakes from?
Lola's in Harlem.
Oh,
and actually,
my God,
they had
beautiful.
onesies, little onesies that they were putting on, but when we tried to put this on top of there, it was not working.
It was not working. Oh, they're beautiful.
So yeah, these are for you.
Thank
and
you.
Of course, I'm gonna get one before I leave.
Well, I need to eat them like right now. I'm so hungry.
You go ahead. Shoot, we can eat them while we're.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
And while you're eating, these are from Truth and Consequences in Atlanta. How cute is that? My parents are doper than yours.
Oh my God, I love it.
How cute is that? Yeah, but you said the baby's kind of big.
Does have dope parents.
But a fit into these
At least for a day.
Unapologetically dope.
Oh my God.
And this is my favorite one. Dope kids become dope adults. How cute is that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you.
I have a little gag gift for you too.
Okay.
Peter might not like this.
Okay, that's okay.
He'll
live. There's a lot of things he does that I don't like.
I don't know how you feel about him right now, girl, but I got him a fucking girl t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Girl. Yes. I'm gonna make this into a dress. This is my fucking girl dress.
This is from Cupcake Mafia, fucking girl.
My Beyonce Freakum dress. Huh? They acting right.
So when he's getting on your nerves and you know he's about to come over there to see the boys, you can put your fucking girl t-shirt on and greet him at the door.
Right. Hello.
Yeah, Mocha.
The boys are over there. He'd be like, "You trying to be funny? What is it?"
You let him know.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you. Give me a hug. Thank you so much.
No problem. Oh, one last gift. One last gift. This is from the Glam Squad. Yes. Thank you, Tiff. Of course, this is from the Glam. Check it out.
The Glam Squad.
Yeah.
Oh,
from
thank
Tiffany
you.
and all the ladies, the Glam CEO. They hook you up as well.
Thank you, Tiffany, Glam CEO.
You know, of course, people love to buy babies. You know. Here's your gift card. Babies are us. Oh,
listen.
Oh, look at this card.
Look at this card. Look at this.
How cute is that?
Oh my God. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you.
So we make sure that we pack this up.
Oh, this
and
is
go
beautiful.
home, everything. You know what I'm saying?
This is beautiful. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that.
So we just want you to know we always have your back. I know you see me on your Instagram comments going in on people, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to just lay low, stop going in your comments.
Listen.
Be pissing me off because some of y'all are, I'm gonna hold my tongue, but some
I'm
of y'all
talking
are
about Cam right now, and I've been acting up myself. You know, sitting at home nesting too long on Instagram.
All right, so let's get into what my favorite part of the show.
This is beautiful. Thank you. I have to say this one more time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Final rants. All right. I'm actually in a happy mood, so I don't have too much of a rant. Besides the fact that I said what I had to say actually about the social media commentary.
I have a rant. I have to say this again.
Please.
Just because people choose to show 10 minutes of their life on reality TV does
Preach.
not give some random person in Oklahoma the right to vent about how they feel about my life on my Instagram. Put it on your Instagram where you have 15 followers. Those 15 people care about what you say, not the people on my page. Keep it there.
And that's my thing. I'm on your social media page. It's like, do you really think Tara gives a what you think?
And even if I were that crazy and I am all these things people say, I still don't care what you say. So keep it to the 15 people on your page.
Basically. And I feel like you should be able to celebrate your pregnancy without people bringing up the situation. You know the situation, you were there.
Right. No,
you know what I'm
it
saying?
went from like she never posted any pictures with her of her pregnancy. Then I post pictures. Why you posting so many? You're not rubbing in another woman's face. You did this on purpose. I'm like, right, 18 years of daycare, babysitting, and college to make another woman jealous. Now that sounds really smart. It doesn't get any smarter than that.
Oh my gosh. Tara.
So that's my rant. A lot of rants. I'm sorry.
Ooh, girl, no, you deserve the right to say that because I've been wanting you to say that on Instagram, but I know you're a very classy lady. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying.
So you've been biting your tongue, but that's why I've been speaking. So don't worry. Sometimes I step into your Instagram comments and say what I know you want to say. Right? And so, all right, so that's it for this episode of The Scoop Reloaded. Of course, keep checking back for more episodes or our social media pages. Let's give those out. You can always find me on the Hip-Hop Socialite on Instagram and Hip-Hop Socialite on Twitter because, of course, Twitter wouldn't let me get the in there. Guess that was too long of a name. And, of course, y'all know where to find Tara.
I am Tara Wallace.
Yes. All right. Until next time, guys. Peace.